It's time. The wait is finally over. Beach volleyball is back. Norway, a country renowned for its breathtaking natural beauty, world-famous fjords, and of course, its world-famous beach volleyball duo. The Lofoten Islands were once home to the Vikings, and now they welcome the Volley Vikings, as Mol and Sorum, the number one ranked team in the world, take on Latvia's Samoilovs and Smedins in this showcase match. Hello and welcome to this first international beach volleyball match since sport worldwide has been put on hold. Norway's Vóley Vikings of Anders Mol and Christian Sorum up against Aleksandrs Samoilovs and Janis Smedins of Latvia. There are some stats for you of the two teams. Norway are the number one ranked team in the world, and there is plenty of experience from the Latvians, having been on the tour, particularly for Samoilovs, since 2003. And these two teams met each other just a couple of years ago in the final of the European Championships, and they'll look to try and play each other again in the championships coming up in just a few weeks' time. And look at that, the two boys on the horns of the goat, having a game of volleyball. What an iconic location that is. The teams are ready. They've had their warm-up on this magnificent Lofoten Island beach. It is a little bit breezy, but that shouldn't bother these two. It's not so much about the game itself, it's about the fact of celebrating that we are back up and running. And in charge of this one, Skule Hagensson of Norway. He'll be ably assisted by Jon Erik Vollen, also of Norway. An interesting time for these two because they wouldn't normally referee their home team. Aleksandrs Samoilovs, 35 years of age, from Jomala, which is where the games, the European Championships, will be hosted, as I mentioned, just a few weeks' time. He's very excited for that. His playing partner, Janis Smedins, from Kuldiga, 33, left-handed, one of the best left-handers in the game, and he's an Olympic bronze medalist from London in 2012. Very experienced player. And up against the Vóley Vikings, and really a team that have just burst onto the scene over the last couple of years. Just 23 years of age, Anders Mol, and already a World Tour champion, CEV European champion. Yet to go to an Olympic Games, but very much, along with his partner Christian Sorum, a pairing that not only expected to do well, but also perhaps get on top of the podium. Just 24 years of age, Christian Sorum, but again a World Tour champion. Gold medals aplenty for this very exciting duo. In their way, though, are Latvia's Samoilovs and Smedins. On comes Samoilovs, the Lion King, as he's affectionately known. And his playing partner, Janis Smedins, about to come onto the sand. And yeah, just playing to the imaginary crowd. This is a very bespoke match. Just the players, just the lines judges, the ball personnel, the camera crew, and the referees. And now it's time for Anders Mol to make his way out onto court. The blocker in the partnership, 6'7", and his playing partner Christian Sorum, the defender. They'll be looking forward to this, as will Samoilovs and Smedins, neither team having played a competitive match for many months now, and none of this would be possible without the aid and the help of the FIVB, Red Bull, the Norwegian Beach Volleyball Federation, and Good Nets, which is what's being used at the moment. It's a project to recycle ghost fishing nets out of the seas and put them to good use, and that's certainly being done here. The Good Net being used. The players are ready. It will be Norway who will get things underway. Waiting for the okay from the referee. And away we go. Samoilovs just sneaking that one off Smedins. And a tidy little roll shot just over the top of the block. First point then to Latvia. Nice disguise on that one. No chance at all for that one to come back, despite the touch in the block. Smedins with his first serve. And it's a carbon copy of the first point, as Norway go with the line roll. Samoilovs going perhaps a tad early in the block, but even so, very nice little pokey in the end it was for that ball to hit the sand. Mol now with the serve. Big jump serve, but a little bit of the sting taken out of it by the net. Smedins, lovely cut to the line. He's so good at that. That's what makes him such a dangerous player to play against. It's not often you play against a left-hander, and he comes in on such really good angles as to be open up the cross and the line. Samoilovs now with his first serve. Oh, good defence, the high hands working. Chance here for 3-1, taken. Little cut away from the body from Samoilovs. Very good start this for Latvia. Another look at this fade away, just getting the hand up early. Thumb comes down, cuts away from the body, but not picked up early enough by Christian Sorum. Samoilovs now with the serve. Target still the same, still going after Sorum. And this time he brings a little bit of heat to the party to get that side out and bring Norway back to within a point. Wind really is gusting around. The sets have to be excellent, and they are. And that was a really good swing. Not a bad effort, actually, from Smedins. He tried to jump into the cross court. Latvia opting to have a 50-50 block, so whoever's serving doesn't have to run to the net and try and get into block. And it's working for them. Samoilovs getting in on the action. The initial cut picked up. However, Norway couldn't get it into transition and make something of it. Samoilovs popping up to deny that point-scoring opportunity. Smedins now with the serve. Latvia up by 2. First opportunity for Mol to have a swing, and it's a big block from Samoilovs. That's 2 in a row for him. And now a 3-point lead for Latvia as they change ends. This is a best of 3 sets match. The first 2 sets are to 21 points. If it goes to a decider, it'll be to 15. And in the first 2 sets, the teams change ends every multiple of 7 points, which they have done here. So, Smedins with the serve. Latvia with a decent lead in that first series of 7. Oh, that's a big swing from Samoilovs. The ball pops up on the net, and he absolutely unloads on that one. Norway struggling a little bit at the moment. Smedins to serve once again. 4-point lead for Latvia. Mol looking for side out, doesn't get it. Aleksandrs Samoilovs is having a block fest. Looks to go cross, turns to line, and Samoilovs was waiting. So too Smedins behind him. Latvia doubling up, getting the point. Oh, that's a good serve. And a decent pass. And at last the side out comes. Norway having to work really hard to find that. Anders Mol under a lot of pressure from the serve. Does well to get it in play. And then wraps it off the hands and out of play to get their side out. Maybe now they can get back into this set. A line block against Smedins, cross-court block against Samoilovs' call. They go after Samoilovs. That's mid-court, makes it a little bit tricky to play your defensive tactic like that, and Samoilovs just goes block out anyway. And an instant side out for Latvia, holding a 5-point lead. Samoilovs will serve and play defence. Smedins in at the net to see if he can get a couple of blocks now. Oh, not quite. That's a big swing from Anders Mol as he gets that over the top of Smedins and right down in front of Samoilovs. Really good swing. Samoilovs with no chance. That is a top swing. Norway going after Samoilovs. Oh, good pickup. Really good pickup. High hands defence from Smedins keeps the ball alive. Good rally this one. Oh, the cut shot not quite working for Anders Mol. He could see what he wanted to do. The gap was available on the right side of court for him. But he's overcut it. And in the end, the net's got in the way. Smedins then with the serve. You wouldn't think there was such a breeze around, would you, with the way that these players are able to control the ball as well as they do. Make it look so easy. Oh, that's a good serve from Smedins. That one really has dipped into the wind. Anders Mol slightly off balance. He's let this one hit him, and he's ended up paying the price for that. Sometimes when a player looks like they're in the perfect position, as if you were taking a photo, actually they're not. They're slightly off balance. You still need to move towards the ball and get your body weight through the ball where you can, so that you control the ball. You're the master to it, not the slave. Right now, it's Latvia who are mastering this first set. 10-4 up. This is a huge lead. And it might get even bigger, and it does get even bigger as Samoilovs makes an easy block. That ball way too tight to the net. There was nowhere for Norway to go. Samoilovs with his eyes on that one all the way through. Nowhere for Norway to go. Smedins again. Another good serve. Oh, great swing. That's the way to reply. Build some momentum now. It's the art of being able to scramble in beach volleyball. You get put under pressure from the serve. Can you get it back into a position where you can get your side out? And that's exactly what Norway just did. Sorum with the serve. Trying to force Smedins deep into the corner. That's too tight to the net. That's going to be point Norway. No messing around from Anders Mol. Samoilovs giving him the ball to have a swing on it. Mol saying through the net, thanks very much for that. Sorum to serve. Trying to push Smedins deep again, but not quite working that time. Oh, that's a great pickup. But a little too tight to the net, and the chance goes begging. Latvia let off the hook. It was a really good chase. Brilliant pickup from Sorum. But unfortunately for Norway, not able to convert. Sorum the target. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. No chance at all for Latvia with that swing. Sorum has put everything into this one, and he gets the side out. First serving error we've seen so far in this set, which, given the conditions, shows the quality that these players bring. Mol then with the serve. He's going to have to come scurrying to the net, as he is the blocker for the Norwegian duo. That's a good serve. Well, they've tried to play some hurry-up offense, and it's worked for Latvia because Mol, trying to scamper across the court, has gone in and touched the net as he's made that block. His momentum just carrying him a little too far. Both players were in the net, but it was Mol who touched it first. Well, that brings us to the technical timeout and a much-needed break for Norway right now. It's a very healthy lead at the moment for Samoilovs and Smedins as they look to go on and try and take this set. It's up to Mol and Sorum to try and rescue the situation. But before that, let's have a look at the highlights from the set so far. Oh, it's looking a little bit moody out over the Norwegian sea, but the mood is good at the moment for Latvia as they have a decent lead over Mol and Sorum. It's up to the Vóley Vikings to try and turn things around and rescue the situation. Still a long way to go in this match. Smedins. Once again, same target, picking on Christian Sorum, but it's Sorum who gets the side out very comfortably that time. Little step inside, going back to the line. So he just comes in, opens up a different angle. In fact, he's able to swing hard on that line as a result. Good footwork to make that one happen.
Before the timeout, we had a mix-up.
Oh, that's a great serve, just though slightly too far beyond that sideline, because it left Samoilovs just standing and watching. There was no way he would have got to that one if it had clipped the line. Oh, nice play. You can't hit every ball. You don't need to hit every ball. It just needs to land in court, and that's exactly what Norway did. But the important thing was they looked like they were going to go and hit the ball. That's a really crucial part of playing effective beach volleyball, is every time you go in, trying to make a full swing, get up in the air and pin your defenders so that you can play a shot if you need to. Nice blocking. The comeback is on here for Mol and Sorum. They're just 5 behind now. Couple of quick points and they're back in it. And Mol showing why he's been voted best blocker on numerous occasions. In fact, say numerous, 18 and 19. FIVB best blocker. Well, that's a good scurry across the court. And that really is the modern game. Look at that sprint across the court and then able to cut back the other way. And had Norway stretched very thinly. Smedins. Sorum's getting a handle now on that serve. But it's still a healthy lead, this for Latvia. Get the feeling, though, that Mol and Sorum are getting warmed up. For both teams, it's been a very long time since they played competitive volleyball. And definitely, Mol and Sorum are warmed up now. Ace serve for Anders Mol. Great technique. Left side comes in, stays high, rotates through the ball. Samoilovs not able to move his feet in time to contain that. So on the end change, it's been a little bit of a timeout in respect for Latvia. They've had some time to think about that under pressure. So this is a really important serve here from Mol. Needs to make sure this one goes in at the very least, which he does. Now, has that landed in? Yes, it has. That's a great shot right into the corner on that line from Samoilovs. Passing that one slightly across his body, but the platform was great, and that is a great cut over his shoulder. Good pass. And it's a great block from Samoilovs. Get the feeling that Christian Sorum put a lot of that ball in the net. But Samoilovs was at least in the way to make sure it didn't come over. 3 points required then for Smedins and Samoilovs to take this first set. Norway looking to try and build some momentum if they can. That will do nicely. Samoilovs trying to fake and make a break. And in the end, it's a free swing for Christian Sorum. Oh, clever. Really clever. For those of you new to beach volleyball, the difference between indoor and beach is you have to set the ball between your shoulders. And Samoilovs did exactly that. He set himself up so he could set that ball straight over the net. Norway not paying attention. And now Latvia getting closer and closer to taking this first set. Good dig. Oh, great play. Smedins is a real wizard with the ball. It's like he has it on a string sometimes. He can make it do whatever he wants. Gets it into the block and then comes up. Lovely roll. It's now set point for Latvia. Oh, what a way to get the set. Huge block from Smedins. And Latvia take the first set here in Lofoten, 21-13. Very bright start indeed for Latvia. Work to be done for Norway as the teams take to their chairs and get ready for this second set. Confirmation of that set score. But it is, as I said, more than just the beach volleyball here. The teams are going to be going on a fishing trip. They're going to be going up the Goat, the mountain here in Lofoten, as well as playing volleyball. It's all about shining a light on this sport and how it can be played in the best possible locations and the best use of the environment. Here then are the highlights from that first set. Time to get set 2 underway. Mol and Sorum have had time to have a little think about their tactics and what they're doing. Latvia, having taken that first set comfortably, know that it probably won't be as easy this time. And Norway will be right back at them. Smedins with the serve. Oh, it's a good touch. It will stay in play. Another chance here for Norway. But unfortunately the ball just taken slightly off the net. And Aleksandrs Mol ended up getting underneath it as he had the swing. And Latvia take the point from serve. Great pickup, one-handed by Smedins. Line block called, and that's exactly what was taken away. Good up, Smedins reading that, staying on the line. Quick ball, good dig. And now free ball chance here for Latvia, in control of the rally, and that's a brilliant roll shot right to the opposite corner. That's fantastic volleyball from both teams. Latvia doing all the hard work. Didn't hit that hard enough on the line, picked off by Latvia. And then as it came back over, look at that for a shooter into the corner. That's perfect. Smedins once again, 2-0 Latvia. Pressure on here again from service. Oh, did I say pressure from service? Goodness me, that's brilliant. What a swing that is from Aleksandrs Mol. He's taken that one to Spike Town. Sorum it will be to serve. Nice pass from Samoilovs and a very tidy roll over the line, over the block, down that line. If you can have a really good high line roll shot, makes you a very, very effective player. They're very difficult to stop, those shots. Another good example of it, that time from Christian Sorum. Block has to go in, has to go up, and the ball just inches above it, but with enough pace to make it difficult to run down. Better second set this for Mol and Sorum, just one behind. Although just as I say that, we get that serve. Slight mishit from Aleksandrs Mol. Smedins now getting himself ready. Line block signal against Aleksandrs Mol. He may well be the target for this one. Indeed he is. Good pass though. Oh, it stayed in play. It's still in play. Free swing. Another big hit from Anders Mol. That couldn't have popped up any kinder, could it? Hard driven ball, hands on it, into the bottom of the net so it stays in play, and then Samoilov's reaction is to keep it in play. Smedins, brilliant effort, but look at that, it's on a plate for Anders Mol, and there is no chance for Latvia with that one. Well, the going over on 2 works. That's a really good tool to have as well. And it's something, particularly for Smedins, he can do well because he's a left-hander playing on the right side of court. The ball comes in a position where it's easy for him to have that second ball swing. And that always keeps defences on their toes. Good up, Samoilovs. That will stay in play, will it? Yes, it will. Oh, brilliant. Another cracking rally. And quite rightly, Samoilov's applauding that one. Mol gets it up. And then Sorum unloads cross-court, but nobody was taking away the power. Neither the block nor the defence. And all Samoilovs can do is applaud it. Cross-court block being shown for both sides. Slightly more tricky one to employ is blocking cross-court. Although not so much for these guys at the level they get to, but you're trying to take away 80% of the court in the air when you're blocking cross-court. All of which is mute now because of the serving error. Smedins then. Just checking he's okay to serve. Good pass. Good angle. What you saw from that from Mol was the way that his platform is up early. It's showing exactly where he wants to put the ball, and it's quiet. It's not moving. He's not moving his arms then to get that ball into position. His body goes through the point of impact. Really nice pass, and Norway get their side out. Much closer this second set. Still the same blocking tactic, cross court on either side. Be interesting to see where Sorum starts and runs to. Good touch. And another one. Latvia keep it in play. Chance here now. Oh, good up. Oh, this is an energy-sapping rally. Who's going to take it? Oh no! Would you believe it? It's not landed in court. Latvia have been let off the hook. Oh, what a set that is. Little jump shoot set out wide. Why not? If you can do it, brilliant. And then a nice touch, desperate touch that from Samoilovs to keep it in play. And then you think there's a chance here. The roll would be good enough. But it was the pokey, and it just was the wrong side of the line. Samoilovs to his knees, thankful that it's gone out. Smiles for Latvia, not so much the case for Norway. 2 in it. Oh, yes. They make it look like indoors when they're that good, and that's exactly what Anders Mol just made that look like then. 2 guys running around on a hard floor. He's got out of that sand. Head and shoulders above the net, and then dispatched that ball. Still though, it is Latvia who have the lead. Norway have yet to have a lead in the entire match. Chase is on. Oh, well done. Oh, brilliant. What presence of mind that is from Smedins. Not only to play that ball high hands, but to put it in a position where Samoilovs could go on too, because he knew that Sorum and Mol were not in a position to stop the ball at the net. They're off on the chase. Now they're out of position and they're trying to make it, and that's probably where the error came, is that Mol's tried to go in and block instead of Sorum just saying, well, I'm here, I'll put the block up, Mol, you play defence. But when you are a team that have an out-and-out blocker, an out-and-out defender, the mindset is to run to those positions that you play instinctively. Rare serving error from Smedins.
Sånn en gang tidlig, ok? Sånn.
Oh, well played. That's really good work. Samoilovs faking out Anders Mol as if he was going to have a jump and swing, and then Mol is late to get out wide to Smedins then to try and make the block. And because he's still moving, it's easy for Smedins to get it off his hands and out of play. And it's because he was moving laterally and didn't get his hands across the net fully. Samoilovs then to serve. One thing Latvia have done very well throughout this match is make the court look pretty small. It's 8 metres by 8 metres. But when they set their block defence up well, they're making lots of touches and making it seem a lot smaller. Samoilovs, I think, was a little bit nervy by that one. It came at him so quickly that he snatched at the ball. Say a little bit nervy, a little bit unnerved. Brilliant. It's like a broad jump from Samoilovs. He's taken off from almost the mid-court to come in on that one and have a swing. Cutting it across his body. And Christian Sorum not ready for it. Same calls from Samoilovs. No change in tactics for them. Going to try and put a line block here against Mol. Oh, good break. It's the speed of the break that's so important, and because the ball was hard driven, you're allowed to put your hands up and it won't count as 2 touches when you play the hard driven ball with high hands. Well, the attempted over on 2 hasn't worked. Chance here for Norway, but that's an easy roll shot. And Norway pay the price for their hesitancy. There's some lovely movement from Samoilovs here. He runs in, then runs out, and he takes the block with him to give Smedins that ball over on 2. Clever, clever play from Latvia. Just not quite happening for Norway in this game, despite their best efforts. Oh, it's been given as in. It's an ace serve from Samoilovs. And that brings us to the technical timeout. Latvia in the driving seat. Here are the highlights from the set so far.
Det sikkert ikke noe tang.
Janis Smedins in your picture, a bronze medalist from the London Olympics in 2012. For Mol and Sorum, they've yet to go to an Olympics. Samoilovs, he's been to 3. He was in Beijing, he was in London, and he was also in Rio. Mol and Sorum would have been there, and they certainly will be there next year when the games go ahead in Tokyo, and be very interesting to see how they get on actually in that event. given the fact they've never been there. A team that are #1 ranked in the world. For them, more than anything, as that one comes off the block and lands in for another point for Latvia. It's going to be about their headspace going to an event like that, having never been there. It won't be about their physicality, it will all be about their mental game and how they approach it. Right now, Latvia are approaching this one with a ruthless tenacity about what they're doing. They are really making the conditions work well for them. It's another point, and now a 5-point lead. It might just be getting a little too much here for Norway. That one will work as Mol goes up and puts it down on the sand. Great reach. Doesn't matter if you touch hands, just as long as you don't touch the net. And then Mol showing his amphibious nature. Or rather, I should say his ambidextrous nature by going with his left hand. Cross-court block, still the same tactic they've been using now for most of this second set. Oh, good serve. Oh, look at that. It's right on the net. And would you believe it, Samoilovs has got that off the block. Has he? No, says the referee. Skule Hagensen says, no, it's going to be point for Norway. And he's saying it's because it's an open-handed attack and not a clean hit. He's calling that one as a carry, effectively. You're not allowed to tip the ball. You're not allowed to throw the ball on the beach. Mol looking to bring a bit of heat here from the serving line. Cross-court block, still the same tactic as they've had for most of this second set. Oh, it's a nice little cut inside. Latvia try to go quickly. Oh, Mol's just lost his footing, but he keeps it in play. Unfortunately, though, it's popped up on the net nicely for Samoilovs, and they get their side out. Again, another example of things just not quite going the way that Mol and Sorum would like, despite their best efforts. Smedins. Ooh, who's in the net? Nobody. Play on. Oh, hello. What is going on there from Latvia? Thought they were going to have a swing. Comes up with the jump set. This is incredible. Oh, they're doing it again. Oh, no. Goodness me. Well, talk about showboating. It didn't pay off, though, in the end, did it, for Latvia? Jump set-tastic. And then, would you believe it, with Norway on the back foot and not knowing what's going on, Janis Smedins hits it out. Latvia definitely having some fun here at Lofoten. Well, that pokey was shown way too early. Norway get their point. As soon as that hand came up from Samoilovs, they knew exactly what was going on, did the Volley Vikings, and then they come up with that lovely high line roll. Good swing that, good play from Christian Sorum.
Jag ska komma ifrån och göra en stor, okej? Enda säger jag nog.
Smedins stepping inside to take that ball in the middle. Very nice cut shot from him. He's got such good control, good wrist and hand movement has Janis Smedins, and good shoulder strength as well. Just those delicate touches around the block, so difficult to pick up, so difficult to read. The 50-50 blocking really has worked well for Latvia. It's meant they've been able to really put some pressure on from the serving line and not have to worry about scurrying to the net, not having to worry about the ball coming over onto, because they have a blocker in at the net ready for that. And it's really stopped Norway from attempting it as well. Tidy side out that time from Christian Sorum. Shows the cross court and then hits over his shoulder to the line, staying nice and high in the air, taking it at a very high point. Good fast arm, great technique. Once again, Mol will serve and run to the net. Making sure Latvia can't go over on 2 with that serve. Good up, Sorum. He must have just caught Mol in the blocks. He's played it straight back over. And that time Smedins finds the angle cross court. Mol couldn't reach far enough across to his left to try and stop this one. In fact, he jumped into the line and then there was nobody there to stop that cross court heater. Good pass. This time, Sorum goes the other angle, away from where Smedins was running to the line. Mol and Sorum making a comeback now, just 2 behind. They were 5 behind at one point in this set. Their hard work seems to be paying off, but are there enough points left in this set for them to get back level, overtake and win? Oh, Gator. Oh, it's still in play. Unbelievable rally. Quite incredible. Great reactions. And look at that. Samoilovs on the floor, hand up. Smedins, full stretch. It couldn't have gone any better for Latvia in that point. Latvia 3 away from victory, 3 ahead of Norway. Big angle cross court from Mol, and that one's going to go into the sea, but it hasn't caught the sideline, and it's another point for Latvia. Trying to avoid the block, he's avoided the court. Latvia now just 2 away. That's better. That one does find the sideline from Christian Sorum. They get their side out. It's end change. But it doesn't look like there's going to be any change in the outcome of this one. Latvia have been in control right from the start. Not showing any signs of losing control either at the moment. It's going to take something special, you feel, here from Mol and Sorum if they are going to send this match into a deciding set. A change in tactics, line blocks now being called. Oh, it's almost paid off, but Latvia still come up with the point. Would you believe that? Incredible work from Mol. He got his hands right over the top of the ball. It looked like he was going to make the block, and then Smedins, really quick reactions to keep it in place. Samoilovs then fakes out Mol. Smedins gets the point, and it's now match point for Latvia. Smedins, big serve. And it's a big side out for Norway to stay in the game. Massive hit from Anders Mol. One side out required for Latvia. Mol with the serve. It's the weaker rotation for Norway as well here because he's got to get through to the net to block. Going with the jumper, but it's all over. The net gets in the way, and it is Latvia who take the set 21-17, and they have beaten the Volley Vikings here at Lofoten Islands by 2-0. A great game of volleyball to get the sport back on the calendar. Thank you for playing. Really entertaining game of beach volleyball here at Lofoten Islands. All of which wouldn't have happened without the support from the FIVB, Red Bull, the Norwegian Volleyball Federation and Good Nets. A very competent and confident performance from Latvia, who have got the job done over the Volley Vikings here at Lofoten Islands. Let's have a look at the highlights. It wasn't quite to be then for Mol and Sorum, as they've been defeated by Samoilovs and Smedins here at Lofoten Islands. The two teams, though, will be back in action again very shortly at the CEV European Championships in Latvia, as Europe's finest battle it out to be crowned champions. But for now, though, from all of us here, it is time to say goodbye.